What's up, guys? It's your old man lifting back from their video and my first workout of 2022. Before I get started, though, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. My content is not your typical big seller. It's real training, but that's what I like. I like to see YouTubers training. I'm a visual learner. For me, a 10 to 15 minute video of someone telling me what I should do is not going to help me. And likewise, I don't want to see just lightweight demos. If you're putting out content on how to become strong or get a massive anything, then you should fit those descriptors. If I never see you training, then that sends up certain red flags. And if you're middle-aged and don't lift what you did 10 years ago, who gives a fuck? Show them what you maintained, that you believe in full range movements, that you have good technique, and you're able to pass that on like I had done for me when I was starting out. It's about longevity first. We're all in it to win it, and that means still being able to bench, squat, and deadlift when you're 80 years old. All right, so as you can tell, I started off with standing overhead press as my main compound movement. I believe in balance, so I don't always do behind the neck press. Having a big overhead press has helped me maintain a big bench, but there is a fine line between getting the most out of your OHP and getting fuck all out of it, except a jacked up lower back and trash for shoulders. The last thing you want to do is turn your OHP into a standing incline bench. The other thing you don't want to do is be so upright, so vertical, that you risk tearing a bicep if you lose the bar out front. So I'm not a huge fan of sitting the bar on your clavicles. It's unnecessary. Remember, in my opinion, there's a fine line. To be a good overhead presser, besides strong shoulders, you need a strong upper back and core. You need to create a strong shell for that bar to be able to maintain a straight vertical bar path. Okay, if you're watching that slow-mo, let's see if you picked up on a few things. When I do standing overhead presses, I unrack the bar, I take one full step back, then another half step, and I'm ready to press. As soon as that left foot is planted, my hips come slightly forward, I squeeze my glutes and core, the head goes back, and I'm pressing. I don't waste too much energy setting up because you'll burn your shoulders out. Another thing, my head pushes through the press to lock out while exhaling out. Let's see that again with 185. Unrack the weight, one full step, half step, brace, and press. So as I said, my training is, or can be, unconventional. And if you didn't notice from the captions, I did a repetition wave. Not your typical, but still a wave. Normally you adjust the weight and reps, but I increased the weight while adjusting the reps. So I did 95 for 10, 135 for 5, 165 for 10, 185 for 3, and now 205 for 4 or 4.5, whichever way you want to treat it. I do whatever I need to do to get the most out of my workouts. And sure, if I hadn't have done 165 for 10 or 11, I probably could have got 205 for more than 4, but 165 felt great, and so I wanted to push the reps on that. I finished off the wave with a drop set at 135 for 17. And if I had have known that I was that close to 20 reps, I would have pushed for 20, but I was just going for the burn, and those last 3 reps, my shoulders were on fire. Okay, so after overhead press, I went on to 2 isolation movements. And if you want to take your side lateral raises up a notch, then use bumper plates. Not only are you working your grip, but the circumference of the plate also adds extra resistance. These 25-pound plates felt a lot heavier than 25-pound dumbbells. And you'll notice too that when I'm doing side laterals with these plates or dumbbells, either way, I don't bring the plates, the dumbbells, right in to touch each other in the front. I keep them close to my sides, maintain the tension, and even when I hit those last few reps, you'll see coming up that I hold the plates away from my sides, which doesn't take the tension off the shoulders at all. It maintains that contraction, and there's a great burn not only in the shoulder caps but in the traps as well. finished off the workout with some bent over rear delt, again with the bumper plates. I really prefer bumper plates over dumbbells. I've been doing them for several years now, and they're just awesome. If there are any new viewers to this video, typically I would suggest doing rear delt first, hitting those weak points first. A lot of times rear delts are a weak point for a lot of people, but they're not a weak point for me, so I was confident that I would do them at the end of my workout. And that is that. If you enjoyed this workout and found my overhead press tips useful, then subscribe to this channel and also follow me on Instagram. Your continued support is what helps keep me going and keep making this content. If you have any comments, leave those in the comments section or DM me on Instagram. And with that, stay tuned for episode 90 of The Ways.